The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 170. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, this morning, this evening, however you are doing it, and whenever you are doing it. Thank you very much. The fact that you are here, spending time with us, means everything. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here. Sitting to the left of me today is the Trollmaster Puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
I did a little bit of a suspenseful. Who could it be this time?
I know, right?
No, Jess. She's working today, or she just got off or something, and actually she wasn't even feeling good, from what I last heard.
Yep.
But she will be on. So, anyways, today, hey, if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. We hope you find the water to be very, very warm. We're a very honest podcast here. We try to keep it real. If you like thinking about Disneyland, the parks, the attractions, the food, hint, theming, then this is the right show for you. We talk about all that stuff, and we talk about we talk about it with a very honest approach. Today's show is brought to you by you guys out there, our listeners. We do that through Patreon. We go on our website, leavingtodaypodcast.com. There's a Patreon link in there. We make it super simple: $1, $3, or $5. And for that, you get to be on the show, and we give you some cool swag. So we have some people that need to be on the show. Jennifer, Laura, a couple others. We know who you are. We've not forgotten. We have the receipts.
We do.
We do. Okay, and if this is not your first time, welcome home. Yeah. All right. So today we have a special guest on. We're going to get to him in a little bit. We're going to go through the news. But again, today we're talking to one of our favorite people in the realm of Disney stuff. That's Jae Brattain. He has been in the Disney game a lot longer than we have, years before we did. All those people that are on Instagram right now, those people that are taking pictures of food items. Hey, look at me, whatever. They all owe a debt to Jay, because Jay was doing this stuff long before.
A long time
these
ago,
guys
yeah.
were. And you'll see in the interview just how passionate he is about this stuff. And he's talking about things that I don't even hardly ever think about, but now I will. And I know you will enjoy him, and you will enjoy his takes on stuff. We don't really have an opening question today because we did not go live, but that's okay. I think we'll probably just skip right to the news. We are in getting close to the end of the first quarter of 2023. That's a reference point. Mickey's Toontown opens today. Reopens today, which is March 19th. Long overdue. No, not overdue, but it's been gone for over a year. And we're not going to cover all of that stuff. We're going to talk about a little bit about that in the news. But yeah, so anyways, that's our turning point for today. Anything else, Udi?
Nope.
Okay. Right on. All right, well then let's go to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Okay, so our very first news item today is actually a little bit of a follow-up from our last episode, and this is the Villas at Disneyland Hotel. The cash rates have been revealed, and bookings are now available for DVC members. So earlier this month, we shared that the Villas at Disneyland Hotel will open to the public starting September 28th, 2023. The rooms in this hotel tower are themed around both classic and modern Disney animated films, including Bambi, Fantasia, The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, The Princess and the Frog, Frozen, and Moana. The hotel includes 2 pools, the monorail pool and a new pool being constructed on the west side of the resort. Okay, so the prices have been released, and we have pictures of them. The Duo Studio Room. This room, which sleeps only 2, offers guests the bare necessities, and that's in quotes, according to the Disney Parks blog, and ranges from $450 to $550 a night. So that's what Disneyland thinks are the bare. So you're getting the bare minimum that they have to offer for $450 or $550 a night. How does that make you feel?
Well, part of the thing is it's themed for the Jungle Book, but
sure,
the picture.
Yeah, it's kind of cool inside. I don't know about $450 or $550, but okay. Next one is the Deluxe Studio Room, and the Deluxe Studio Room is the most abundant type of room in this new tower. It sleeps up to 4 guests and is themed around either the classic animated film Sleeping Beauty or the modern classic The Princess and the Frog. Is that a classic?
Getting there.
Getting there, okay. These rooms are available with standard or preferred views. The standard view Deluxe Studio prices range from $700 to $800 a night, while the preferred view Deluxe Studio ranges from $800 to $900 a night. Yeah, the picture just shows it looks like a queen-size bed and like a sofa pull-out thing or something, but at $800? Okay. Next room is
we knew they're going to be pricey.
Yes, we did know that. The one-bedroom villa is next. These one-bedroom villas sleep up to 5 guests. They feature styling inspired by either the 1940 Disney animated film Fantasia or the late 2000s hit The Princess and the Frog. It's a hit. Now I thought it was a classic. Okay.
Yeah.
The one-bedroom villas seem to only be offered with a preferred view, and for that you're paying around $1,200 a night.
Wow.
Up to 5 people. So 5 people, that's more than $200 a person a night.
A night. Wow.
Okay. It's a good thing we're famous with LTPC. None of this even matters to us. We just waltz right in.
Yep.
Yeah. Kidding.
They count our room every time.
Yeah, that's right. The next one is the 2-bedroom villas. The 2-bedroom villas are inspired by the same films. Yeah. I sleep up to 9 guests. The preferred view, which is the only thing available right now, is they start around $1,800 a night, up to 9 guests. So that's 9.
Sit around $200.
Yeah, but do you have 8 other people that are going to pay $200?
No.
No, I can't think.
Hold on, I can think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could maybe get 6 people in a room. I don't think I could do 9.
Oh, yeah, probably 6 would be about it. Yeah. And it'd be like one night only to be like, I'm not doing this again. All right. This 3-bedroom grand villa, this is the one we talked about last time as being spectacular.
And what did we say? Like $3,000? I was like 3 to 4 is what I said.
That is what you said.
Yeah. And it's 4.
It is $4,000. 3-bedroom, 2-story grand villa sleeps up to 9 guests and include all the amenities you would find in a typical home, like a full kitchen, a washer and dryer. And they're themed around various films. I mean, it looks. The outside looks spectacular.
Amazing.
Yes, amazing he's aptly put. I mean, imagine just if you could hang out there for a night. The outdoors with the fireplace, outdoor fireplace with a balcony that overlooks the pool. It's spectacular. But $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are going to do that.
Oh yeah, there are people who have that kind of money.
Sure.
If I had that kind of money, I'm not gonna lie. I'd do it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Special occasion for one night for someone? You have to have other people help out.
Yep.
Oh, let me think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, that was out of news item. The next news item is Imagineers add new scenes to Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland. That opened up, I think, today or yesterday.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it got opened early, so and I think it was yesterday.
Well, they removed the Temple of Forbidden Eye, I believe, on the app.
It's not on there right now?
Yeah, I'm going to look at it, but I remember reading that. I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure, it's now Indiana Jones Adventure It is open. Currently sitting at an 80-minute wait.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not Temple of the Forbidden Eye?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't know they were changing the name.
I didn't either.
Indiana Jones Adventure. In fact, I just read that, and it didn't even occur to me that that's what. Okay, wow. So as we speak, it's March 19th, about 6:15, and there's an 80-minute wait. Okay. The long refurbishment of Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland is finally coming to an end this week. But despite earlier reports, the OC Register has corrected themselves that there are in fact some new and updated scenes in the now classic Disneyland attraction. And this is a classic attraction.
Yeah.
Imagineering plussed up the ride with 2 new digital effects scenes designed to demonstrate the power of Mara, the antagonist deity within the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, at the center of the story unfolding in the attraction.
Okay.
Our additions to Indiana Jones Adventure add touches of new magic that enhance its already established storyline. Imagineering Executive Creative Director Kim Irvine said in a statement released by Disneyland, Mara taunts guests even further with a powerful electric-like energy and frantic apparitions. This force of Mara turns...
Frenetic.
What did I say?
Frantic.
Oh, frantic. Oh yeah, frenetic. This force of Mara turns a possible passageway escape into a rubble of dust.
Ooh.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I want to see that.
I'm actually going to have to YouTube a ride through. I'm sure it's out there already.
I'm sure it is. Will that spoil it for you?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Not about this one.
Okay. According to Brady McDonald, no new storylines were introduced into the Disneyland attraction from the upcoming Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Thank you.
Yes, which debuts in theaters this June. Nothing wrong. I think this is all great.
Yeah, I mean, I got to write it, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to write it too. But I'm glad this thing's back up and up.
Oh, yeah, and if they actually fixed a lot of the things that were lacking, even better.
Right. I don't think they fixed that turntable at the beginning. I think that's probably gone.
Probably.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah.
It's probably it's going to be the one shot up the middle.
Yep.
But I wonder though, with this being open now, do you think this gets us closer to them shutting down Splash Mountain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though there has been a lot of rumor, and you can take it all with a grain of salt, that there is a current battle going right now to not do that at Disneyland.
I could take it more than a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube. I don't know who it was, but brought up some interesting facts.
There are a couple. If you're out there, and if you guys are paying attention to that, there has been many YouTuber out there that has been going back and forth, and I've heard arguments for both that it is going on and both that it is not going on. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I care that much. I mean, part of me is yeah, and part of me is like, well, no. So, yeah. I mean, we'll find out.
Yep.
I think if it isn't going on, then, yeah, we're absolutely at a place where that one's going to go.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even though we're coming into warmer weather, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we shall see how it goes.
Yep.
But I'm glad Indiana Jones. I haven't been on that since before the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, last 2 times I was there, it was closed.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, next news item. Karen, the hits keep on coming. Mickey's Toontown debuts a new character meet and greet. Pete. Pete is a long-standing character in the Disney universe. He first appeared in the 1925 Alice comedy short film called Alice Solves the Puzzle, where he was known as
Bootleg Pete. Yep.
Bootleg Pete. This early version of Pete was a villainous bear who frequently got into trouble with the law. In 1928, Pete was reimagined as a cat and appeared in the first Mickey Mouse cartoon, Steamboat Willie. In this cartoon, Pete was the captain of the steamboat that Mickey worked on, and he played the role of the antagonist. Pete has been featured in numerous Disney video games and entertainment media, including the Kingdom Hearts series. Yeah, this is great. He's been made other appearances, but I didn't know this guy was even not a character that they were having in the parks.
Yeah.
Because I actually had forgotten about this guy.
Yeah.
But when I saw him, I go, oh yeah, that dude.
Yeah, no, I watched the reveal. I'm like, oh, hey, cool.
Yeah, and I didn't even know he wasn't around, but I absolutely forgot, and I'm glad that this character is being brought back to introduce to another generation of Disney fans. But Pete's Meet and Greet isn't the only new addition to this land. Mickey's Toontown now also features 2 new dining locations, replacing previous installments. So there are also 2 new foods to try, including both savory and sweet options. Jay will have to talk about that when he comes on the show again, which he will. New lighting has been installed in the land to delight guests after dark. In addition, Mickey's Toontown will have a goodnight kiss, featuring feature at the Centennial Park fountain. This will involve 30 minutes of water, light, and music, and will occur just before the park's nighttime spectacular. The land will still need to be closed during fireworks. Let's see. So we have there's some stuff regarding Toontown City Hall Square's new dining. There are a lot of food options there that you can have. I don't think I have that menu on there, but let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, so there are some menu items on here that are brand new. The food fits the wacky theme of the land. At the Cafe Daisy, you can find an assortment of hot dogs, pizza flopovers, and a plant-based spring garden wrap. They're all a step up from the previous Toontown fare. As far as kid-friendly dishes go, there's a few options that will entice the little ones. There's pizza with cheese, pepperoni, and cheese, and just cheese. Sorry. Bite-sized mini corn dogs and mini mac and cheese. Looking to round off your meal, get a side of Toontown tater chips, house-made chips with a chili cheese sauce, and to satisfy your sugar craving, order Disney's Goody Goody donuts with cinnamon sugar. Yeah. There's also some specialty drinks. Also, the other restaurant is called Good Boy Grocers and will offer grab-and-go drinks and snacks. Most exciting are the new novelties available there. The thing that seems to be garnering a lot of attention is the Perfect Picnic Basket novelty item. There's 2 of them. There's one for $25.99 and one for, I think, like
$36.37.
Let's see. The one for $25.99 includes a special basket in your choice of 3 snack-sized items and a drink, a small water or juice box. To further enhance the picnicking experience, you can opt for the basket that includes the Perfect Picnic Basket for $37 and enjoy a meal out of any of the new grassy areas of the land. So this is like per person. This is it's a single meal.
Yeah.
Okay, so for $37 you get a meal. Looks like a blanket.
And a basket.
And a basket. I can see my daughter's buying one of those and going, yeah, we'll see. But that is the latest stuff. Like I said, Mickey's Toontown just reopened, and I'm glad it did. Yeah. So, okay, well that's kind of our short news because we really wanted to get to our feature presentation because I know you guys are going to enjoy that. So that is going to end the news, and now let's go over to the feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hey, LTP listeners, we want to welcome you to our feature presentation for this episode. Now, this is a very special show for us for many reasons, and for me personally. Again, we've been doing this show for 7 years now, and this cat was doing this long before we even started.
Yep.
Okay, so, and he's one of those people that when I first started getting into podcasting, when I first started getting into more Disneyland stuff, he was one of the first people that really brought the concept of food being part of the attraction. And when I first heard this guy talk, I go, this guy must be out of his mind. But the more I listened to him, I go, no, this guy is actually serious about it, and he knows what he's talking about. And I can tell you, I have laughed more times out loud with his comments and his opinions about stuff when he was on one of my favorite podcasts, just was the Diz Geek podcast. I would tune in just to listen to him because he always brought something, whether he's talking about candy canes in the winter, or talking about the food at Flo's V8 or like the ribs not being the same. I go, okay, this guy's crazy, but I love it. I love it. And we have not talked to him since before the park closed. That sucked because I really, really enjoyed having him on the show. But guys and girls, we are bringing back Jae Brattain to talk about some stuff. Hello, Jay.
Yo, 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 what's up? You know me, I'm down with the LTP.
Yeah.
That is
AJ.
it. Yeah, I am happy. Happy, one of my
yeah.
I don't know, podcasting heroes or podcasting personalities that I'm so used to his voice. I'm so glad to hearing him live. Dude, it's so good to have you back on.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely been a while, and
Yeah.
you know, there's this little thing called the pandemic that kind of turned us all off the parks for a while, and
It did.
But now things are back. We're getting back to normal. I wouldn't say 100% normal,
Sure.
but hey, you know, we're kind of almost to that point. So I'm glad.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up because there's not. I mean, we do bring your name up fairly often on the show. Like, oh, Jay would not let you buy that, or Jay would be upset about that. So we always reference you as to what. Oh, I wonder if Jay would think this is a cool thing as far as food goes. But let's go to the pandemic because we haven't talked to you about even since before 2020. And we've never talked to Jay about Galaxy's Edge.
Oh,
I can't believe any of this stuff. Ronto Rap. Oh my God. Okay, all these things that I'm thinking about.
Dude, like we could be here for like hours.
Yes, we can. But I just, when the park was closed for 2 years, Jay, did you find yourself thinking like, okay, I haven't had the park for this long. I can live without it, or were you like missing it, or what was your feelings about the whole thing?
Well, of course. I mean, missed it. I mean, you know, that's just one of those things. I wasn't one of the type of people that were going every weekend or even every day. I mean, I saw that news article and recently about the guy who's done like over 3,000 days in a row or whatever.
I saw that.
You know, that's definitely not my my bag. You know, but you know, as far as like the ability to go. You know, to relax and enjoy the parks and enjoy the people and enjoy the ambiance, etc. I mean, it just, definitely you miss it. I mean, honestly, my wife missed it more than I did. I'm more of an introvert, to be honest. I mean, I, you know, speak on podcasts and, you know, do appearances here and there, but honestly, I just, you know, I'm happy to stay at home and I'm cool, you know, I'm chill. So, but, you know, but I do like having that sort of, I guess, the thought that like, hey, if I really want to go, you know, and you know, like enjoy my time, you know, it's only 40 minutes away, you know what I mean? But during the pandemic, it was not even a, you know, like an option. So.
Sure. So when you came, what was it like when you finally got your chance to go back into the parks after 2 years or so?
Well, obviously, I mean, my wife and I were both very sort of trepidatious. It was, you know, especially during the initial stages, and you know, people were, you know, kind of like battling over whether to wear a mask or not wear a mask, get vaccinated, not get vaccinated.
Sure.
I mean, whatever the situation was, is like we were trying to protect ourselves as much as possible because, you know, there's people who have different mentalities than we do, and we're trying to, you know, not get sick, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And so that's the thing is that, you know, we're very cautious and, you know, just kind of like, you know, just like going into you know, somebody's pool, right? I mean, you're not going to just dive into the deep end. You know, you take your baby steps going into the shallow end, and then you go, you know, jump back out and test the waters again, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, so eventually now we're just, you know, we're deep diving, baby.
Deep dive, baby, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
When I finally got the chance to go back after 2 years, I mean, during those 2 years, I found even though we did the podcast, I mean, I thought it was important for us to keep doing it because there's stuff to talk about. But I was thinking to myself, well, I'm finding other interests in life besides Disneyland. You know, I was like, well, I haven't had it for 2 years. I've survived. Do I really want to keep going to the park and doing stuff? And then I got to go again. And I just fell in love with it just within the first maybe 2 minutes. I go, oh my gosh, how much have I missed this? I was just in Town Square going, oh my gosh, this is home for me. And so all those thoughts were gone immediately. Like, why was I thinking about ever I was going to leave, you know, not go to the park? But I still haven't got an annual pass yet or a Magic Key. Have you gotten one yet, you and your wife?
Of course.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, great. That is great.
Dude, especially my wife, man. I mean, she's all in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're deep diving, baby.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. That's great. That's great. Okay, good. I'm glad that you have one. I think maybe next year I might get one because I want to go to D23. Maybe. You probably have some thoughts about D23, Jay.
You know what? The first 3 times we went to D23, they were great experiences. Unfortunately, the third time was an eye opener in terms of like the problematic issues with the number of people there and the amount of time that you have to spend, and like you basically have to pick and choose what you do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the first year we went, man, oh my God, it was like, I can't even like put into words how magical the first D23 convention was. It was so freaking amazing because nobody knew what to expect. Nobody knew like, what, what it was about, etc. And like my wife and we were just like, that was when I was doing Disney podcast, and I was just like, you know what, I got to report on it. I want to be a part of it. I want to experience it. It doesn't matter what happens. And then, so the first time we went, it was awesome. We got into every venue. We got, short lines everywhere. We got autographs. We got etc. But then, then they started slowly incorporating Marvel, slowly incorporating Star Wars. And then just like more and more people started getting involved. And it just all of a sudden it was just like, you got to camp out overnight just to like get into any particular venue, you know what I mean? And like, then you have to make reservations. You have to wait in line to go shop. You got to wait in line to get food. You got to wait in line to, so forth and so on. So it's like, if you're willing to endure that and you don't mind that, then that's fine. It's, that it's just for me, I've been there, done that. I'm good. You know what I mean? It's just, so, if you've never gone before, then I would definitely recommend to go just so you can experience it. And, there's a lot of free swag you get. They give, various merchandise, at the booths and so forth, and that's fun. And, if you're willing to pay for autographs, I mean, when I first went, you didn't have to pay for autographs. Now you have to pay for autographs, so it's, that kind of sucks. But, whatever. It is what it is. So, but, I mean, if you really want an autograph from, all these people, but, like, I actually have a voice recording. The guy that did Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Okay. He actually did an introduction for when we did the Dish podcast, Disney Dish podcast, when I did that with Kristen Hetzel-Go. And, so he did an intro using Tigger's voice, which was awesome. And he was also the voice for what's the guy, the villain from Aladdin?
Jafar.
Jafar,
yeah.
yes.
Jafar, yeah.
And so, so the guy was magnificent. I mean, he's, like, I wouldn't say he's on the level of Mel Blanc, but, he definitely has, a number of voices that he can do. And it was amazing to see him in person. And, we saw, what's his name? The guy from Up, Ed Asner. We met him in person.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
my
Very
wife
cool.
and I, we got pictures and got autographs and all that stuff. So, I mean, we met a bunch of celebrities and stuff. I mean, the original Tinkerbell, et cetera. I mean, I could just name drop, but it's just, there's no point. It's just, you have to go to see these people.
Yeah.
For sure. Right on. So, maybe next year I'll end up getting an annual pass, but we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah.
You don't need an annual pass to do G23.
Oh, I know that, but I kind of wanted to parlay that into going and trying to get some more trips down there because I was down there the same day you were, Jay, and this makes me upset because if I had known, and of course I would not have known, I didn't think to call Jae Brattain. Hey, I'm going to be down in the area, Jae Brattain.
Yeah.
But now that I know that you have an annual pass, the next time I do go down or we go down, I will let you know. And if you're available, we can do a
meet up, man. Hang out, have a drink, whatever.
Yeah.
All good.
You know what, Jay? I would love. I know you're not doing this thing anymore, but I would love to do your magical food tour thing. I know that's been many years gone.
I'll have to look for my script. I have a 16-page script. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I had no idea. I just know that you were talking about it. I go, well, I want to go to that. I never made it down to it. But if I could convince you to maybe just do an impromptu one for me with us, I would love that.
You know, it's 16 pages of information. There's no way I could memorize that again in a short period of time. I'd have to download it onto, my phone or whatever and then go to give you the spiel at that point, but yeah, it just because there's a lot of detailed information that I incorporate, and it's only Disneyland, man. I mean,
Sure.
I didn't even touch on DCA.
Oh, see,
I mean,
okay.
the rich history of the food at Disneyland is a lot of people don't understand and don't realize. There's a woman who did a book. I'm trying to
Marcy.
think what year? Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually a friend of ours.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and her book is good. But so we have different training. So I have a master's degree in history, and I had done like deep dives and like a lot of historical information. And
Yeah.
she isn't quite as in depth as I would be. But then again, I'm not. She wrote a book, I didn't. So who am I to say anything about it? It's just. I would say that if I did a book, it would be probably at least 2 to 3 times bigger than what she wrote.
Oh, for sure.
And the only reason why, and this is not disrespect to her, because like I said, I mean, she actually put the time and effort into going and researching all this information, and they utilized some of that in the last D23 convention. They put like little snippets of recipes and other food menu items and so forth. But there's a lot of other historical facts about that time period. You know what I mean? That could be kind of like teased out further.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, but anyways, like again, I just this is not to try to toot my own horn or whatever.
No.
I'm just trying to say that her book is very good, and for people who have no knowledge about that period, I would say that is definitely a source that you should definitely check out. And yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, well, cool. Well, then we will not do the magical food tour, but maybe we will grab drinks and maybe go to 1 or 2 little restaurants so we can talk about some stuff.
There you go.
There you go.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. So speaking of food, you and I were there on the same day. We did not know it, but we were there February 10th, and you went to the Blue Bayou and you went to Napa Rose.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the Blue Bayou and the Napa Rose first, or how is it you want to go?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the reason why we went to the Blue Bayou is because we went to Fantasmic, and we got their Fantasmic dinner package. Well, it was, I guess, a meal package because it wasn't dinner; it was lunchtime. But anyways, what that afforded us was a premier position in the center area of the Fantasmic viewing section, and totally worth it.
Okay.
Now, Blue Bayou, the food quality, honestly, is I would. My hope is that one day they'll get somebody in there that is going to be a little more attentive to the details of the cuisine.
Sure.
But right now, it's kind of on par with like Cafe Orleans. It's good. It's definitely better than like the French Market, which obviously French Market's closed now because they've got.
You need to ask about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you about that whenever we get a break. But I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyways, so finishing up with Blue Bayou, honestly, I'll just put it this way: I didn't take pictures of any of the food because it really wasn't worth it.
Okay.
And then also, what's problematic is they have the Monte Cristo sandwich, which is like always a fan favorite, and my wife loves it. And the only issue with that was that instead of using a berry jam or berry compote to counterbalance the richness of the Monte Cristo, they utilized an apricot preserve. And apricot just really wasn't as potent to counterbalance the richness of the Monte Cristo. So, anyways, but overall, it was okay. It was good. They do serve alcohol there. Sorry, Jess. Sorry, Udi.
Yeah.
I know you guys were, kind of like very adamant about not introducing alcohol to the park beyond Galaxy's Edge, but it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Well,
That's only the first step. So.
Oh, I know.
What do you think about that? Them having alcohol at the Blue Bayou?
I'm good with it. Bro. Just it's over. It's already it's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah.
Once they brought alcohol to Galaxy's Edge, that's it. It's over. I mean, it's just all it is a matter of time of slowly introducing it to various small elements of the park. The first step is Blue Bayou.
Yeah.
It's like at Disney World. at first at the Magic Kingdom they didn't have alcohol, and then all of a sudden you can go to the Beauty and Beast restaurant. I forgot what it's called. But
Be Our Guest.
anyways, Be Our Guest. There you go.
Yeah.
And they said, we're just going to have wine and beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, guess what? That's the slippery slope. Because from that point on, they're like, you know what? No holds bar. We're doing alcohol. We don't care. And, honestly, a lot of people don't care. And I don't care. I mean, honestly, just...
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, to me, and it's just my honest opinion, it's just like, it's going to happen, and just enjoy the ride, man. You know what I mean? Just I'm looking forward to going to the Tiki Room and getting a Mai Tai or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
when I was at the Blue Bayou, I had a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't the same hurricane that you get in New Orleans. I mean, definitely. I mean, it's it's probably about 10% of the alcohol level of New Orleans. But at the same time, the fact of the matter is that you could get a hurricane at Blue Bayou.
Right.
Yeah. And that actually probably adds to the theming, right?
Well, the only reason, or one of the main reasons, is you're afraid of how people will get intoxicated and walking around. I mean, the controls that they put, like in Galaxy's Edge, like how much you can drink. You can still hop basically around if you really want to drink that much. But yeah,
Sure.
That's always been my concern. I mean, you're right. It's like, oh man, Walt didn't want it, but once they open up that little door,
has had alcohol since day one.
No, I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yep, we have.
Yeah. So I mean, I've drank
You've been
at
able to
Galaxy's
drink
Edge.
at Disneyland Hotel. That was actually one of the attractions a lot of people had made mention of in historical books about people that used to take the monorail specifically to go to the Disneyland Hotel, to go to the bar, to get, a couple little, drinks or whatever, just some cocktails, et cetera, and then take that monorail right back to Disneyland. It's all it is just a
I
matter of
believe it.
convenience.
Yeah, totally believe it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then the Blue Bayou, you basically went just to get your Fantasmic dinner package, right? Is that how it was?
Well, my hope was that they would have better cuisine, but it just the fact of the matter is that the most beneficial element of our meal was the pass to the viewing area.
Yeah,
sure.
So, it just and of course you can't beat the ambiance, right? I mean,
No.
Blue Bayou,
Yeah.
I mean, where else in the world are you going to be able to dine in, good cuisine? And I'm not saying great cuisine, I'm saying good cuisine. And, being able to look in an attraction, from Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's just a one-of-a-kind experience. And, you can't beat it or match it. And that's the reason why it's always booked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, it was cool, man. I enjoyed it. And, it was overall, I mean, I just, as far as the food was concerned, probably about, maybe 7 out of 10. Viewing experience was 10 out of 10.
Oh, awesome. Then very well worth it then for that, for
Yeah.
sure.
For sure.
And then that same day you went to the Napa Rose is after Fantasmic?
Correct.
Okay.
So we went to Napa Rose, and so it was good and bad.
Okay.
So I'll start with the bad. So first off, they're not doing the bread basket anymore for free. It was basically part of your meal.
Okay.
It was something that my wife and I looked forward to. They would bring out a little bit of butter, and then it would be a basket. I had to kind of go back into some of my older photos to look, and it was you're looking at let's see, trying to get the okay. So it included ciabatta bread, sourdough, olive bread, and cracker bread covered with Parmesan cheese.
Wow.
And that was all inclusive.
Oh, gotcha.
And-
okay.
And it's not like a lot. I mean, it's a couple pieces of each, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, the food cost of those breads is minimal. I mean, maybe like $2 if that, taking the ingredients into consideration and the amount of effort it took a baker to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
It just, and for them to take that away is just a bit problematic, because now what they're trying to do is charge you for a loaf of bread that comes with 3 different dipping sauces, and they charge $16.
16?
And
Wow.
I'm just like,
Wow.
yeah, 16, man. I think it was like 12 or 16. I thought it was 16. I have to look at the the price. But anyways, regardless, even if it was $5, I'd be pissed because it's just like it's not worth it. I mean, a loaf of bread is cost pennies, and
Mm-hmm.
the different sauces cost pennies. Food costs are low, and it's so just kind of. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's chintzy. I mean, that's just the cheap element of them going about their business, and that's just really disappointing, and kind of to me it kind of ruined the experience. But that's not to say the food still isn't good, because it is. We started off with the salad. Let's see. I have to look at the descriptions on my photo here because it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's warm duck confit. Is that what that is?
Right, exactly. And then we went to then we got the wood-fired goose shepherd's pie.
Oh,
So
gosh,
basically, it's
how's
a
that?
shepherd's pie with goose meat instead of beef, and that was extremely tasty. The chive whipped potatoes were exquisitely done and perfectly cooked. It had a little caramelization on the top, so it kind of provided that little crunchy element. And then when you put your spoon or fork into the dish itself, it was just like a rich gravy with all this beautifully cooked meat.
Oh,
So,
wow.
So
Yeah,
Jay, is
definitely
that an
worthwhile.
entree or is that an appetizer?
That one is an appetizer.
Oh gosh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we mix and match. I mean,
Okay.
like we don't really have like when you look at a menu that people try to like categorize various dishes.
Uh-huh.
I don't look at that. I'm just like, I think in my head, like, how am I going to construct my meal? Am I going to utilize this for a main entree versus, an appetizer, or, am I going to mix and match, or am I going to combine the two together? It's just like, I don't need somebody else to tell me how to categorize how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. I've, eaten enough fine restaurants throughout my life, and, I understand, I'm a big boy and I know how to construct my own meal. So.
Nice. Nice.
Anyhow, then as far as another main, or actually a main entree for sure, is the seared branzino fish
Yeah.
and the light manila clam chowder with the Yukon Gold potato. So again, we're doing potatoes again, but then you're talking to a potato freak, so you can give me potatoes all day long, and I'm good with that. And
Yeah.
of course, can include potatoes, and I'm fine with it. I'm like the Forrest Gump, man. It's like with the shrimp company, right? It's like I can
Sure.
have it sliced, diced, fried, mashed, whatever, etc. It's like it doesn't matter to me. I love potatoes as long as it's not sweet. And,
Oh yeah, sweet potatoes. Yeah.
right. But the skin on the branzino fish was just magnificent. It was like crispy, crunchy, but not burnt. The texture of the meat was wonderful. It was just immaculate dish, and I highly recommend it to anybody who likes fish. This is like 100% like thumbs up.
What's the sauce that it's in?
Oh, it's a Manila clam chowder. So basically clam chowder, but instead of being a cream-based element, it's like a New England clam chowder.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a Boston clam chowder where they do like tomato base, but it's not quite as like tomatoey as a Manila. Like the Boston clam chowder is more like you can really kind of feel that tomato, the acidity, the chunks of the tomato. This one is a little more refined. It's sort of distilled down to the basic elements, and the clam is more pronounced. You can definitely kind of the unctuousness of the clam is just kind of like permeates your palate, like as soon as you put the spoon to your mouth.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the stewed pork loin. My wife enjoyed that. That's cherry tomatoes, English peas, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, and dried apricots. This was excellent. Again, the mashed potatoes, like potatoes all day for me, baby.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the
It
English peas.
it looks great.
Oh yeah, for sure. The great thing about this was the contrast of the saltiness of the pork and the sweetness of the dried apricots. Also, the fact that they use dried apricots instead of fresh apricots lended a more condensed sweetness that did well to offset the salty element of the pork itself.
Man.
Very nice. Again, beautiful dish. It's just magnificent.
Yeah.
You know, the tomatoes is just a nice burst of flavor. The English peas were, you know, instead of using sweet peas, they use English peas, which are like a little more robust. They're not as forgiving. They're not as mushy, but they kind of provide almost like a starchy element, but not to the same degree as potatoes, obviously, because
Sure.
you know the potatoes are like super starchy and creamy. But
Yeah.
yeah, regardless, it was beautifully executed, beautifully done, great taste. Nothing bad to say about this dish whatsoever.
Oh, it looks spectacular.
Yeah.
So I was just trying. You were talking about the apricots here, and they work with this dish, but they did not work with the Monte Cristo as far as that goes, right?
Because the Monte Cristo, that was an apricot preserve.
Preserve.
And
Okay.
so the intensity of the sweetness isn't as pronounced. So what's happening is that the Monte Cristo, because you have the ham and the toasted bread with the
Yeah.
butter and the cheese,
Yeah.
so you're going to salt with the buttery richness, etc. And then you got the crunchy element of the bread itself. So you need something that's going to be a little more potent to counterbalance
Yeah.
the other elements. You know what I mean? And so that's the reason why that I say that the berry, you know, either a berry compote, berry preserve, even a berry jam, grape would work as well. But I mean, you know, apricot is just it's not as potent, and so you know, it just doesn't really kind of the other flavors overwhelm it. You know what I mean? Where in this situation, because the pork is more delicate, and then also the apricot is more condensed as far as the sweetness is concerned.
Yeah.
That's the reason why that they work well together.
Okay. Gotcha. I never think about this stuff. I'm so glad you're talking about this, Jay, because it's like now I'm giving me stuff to. I said, well, I was gonna say food for thought, but that's a bad joke. That's awesome.
Okay.
So when you
And then
order,
the last one, oh, go ahead.
so when you order this with you and your wife, do you guys just sort of share each dish and see what works?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes,
Cool.
we both, yeah, we share each other's dishes. And another thing that we do as well is we bring our own containers. So kind of a little bit of a pro tip for the people who want to enjoy like a number of dishes without having to like stuff yourself to the point where you feel sick. Bring Ziploc makes these containers, you know, like I don't know, about 2 inches tall and about 4 to 5 inches wide or whatever, and you just bring those into the park. Just put them into a reusable bag, and then whatever leftovers you have, just put them into those reusable containers, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. That is a pro tip.
Good idea.
Yeah, and that's actually something that we utilize for the Food and Wine Festival as well, because
Oh yeah.
there's so many items. There's no, I mean, unless you're going multiple days, there's no way you can try everything in all in one day.
Yeah,
And,
there-
you know, even if you try to, you know, half the items, it'd still be too much food.
That is a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Last thing I want to touch on is the dessert.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so this one is actually a version of the world's best hot chocolate. You guys saw Guy Fieri's video, right, about Disneyland, like the food at Disneyland during Christmas?
That was like years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like it's been like 10 years or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, yeah, if for people who haven't seen that, Food Network, Guy Fieri, he went to Disneyland Resort. He's the one that first kind of turned me on to about the handmade candy canes and so forth. And one of the dishes that they utilized or that they incorporated into their show at the end of his visit to Annapolis was what they called the world's best hot chocolate.
Okay.
And anyhow, so this dessert essentially is the same thing. Apparently, somebody had patented or trademarked the name "World's Best Hot Chocolate," so they couldn't, you know, use that name anymore. So instead, they call it the Valrhona hot chocolate with artisan chocolate mandolins.
Oh, sure.
So the Valrhona hot chocolate essentially is the world's best hot chocolate. It's just a different name.
Different name.
But it's the same thing. It's just if you've never had it, you know, I like hot chocolate, but you know, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. This one, I'd go out of my way to get it.
Really?
Oh.
Honestly, it's like it's like one of those drinks that you sip, and then your eyes roll in the back of your head, and you want to nod, and just like.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's yeah, man. I mean, you know, I've never had that type of experience from hot chocolate ever before in my life, and this is definitely one of those things that you have to put on your must-do list if you ever go to Napa Rose.
Okay. Yeah, and this thing looks great. I'm very curious to try that. In terms of ambiance, which has better ambiance, Napa Rose or Blue Bayou?
Well,
Different, I suppose.
it's different. I mean, because Blue Bayou is more of an experience. Napa Rose is more of like, I shouldn't say that. They're both experiences. It's just one is more entertaining, nostalgic, childhood feeling. The other one is more like an elevated dining experience. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
yeah.
more, I wouldn't say sophisticated because, you know, people coming from the theme park and so they're dressed in, you know, whatever shorts and t-shirts and so forth. But the servers treat you like you are wearing, you know, a three-piece suit and your wife is wearing a, like, you know, an evening gown or whatever, you know?
Okay.
And yeah, and there's actually one server if you ever have a preference. His name is Mickey actually, and he's from Japan. And
Okay.
yeah, he always introduces himself. Hi, my name is Mickey, like Mickey Mouse. I was like, oh, that's cool. And he's so fun, so interactive, very you know, personal. You know, like he provides personal attention and so forth. And so anyway, so if you have a choice, and definitely go see him.
Okay. Yeah, Napa Rose has been on my bucket list. Still is. So.
It's worth it, man. I mean, honestly, even if you just go once at least, and you know, I understand it's a bit on the expensive side, but at the same time, it's not something that you're going to do every single visit to the park. So, just it's worth that special, once in a while treat type thing.
Yeah, that's for sure. What do you think, Udi?
Oh no, I like it all.
Yeah, it looks.
Now I'm looking at that Verona chocolate. I'm like, hey, wait a second.
Is it rich though, Jay? That chocolate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're talking like one sip and it'll coat your entire mouth.
Wow.
I mean, like, that's how rich it is. But it's not just the rich element. It's not like you can have like New York cheesesteak. New York cheesecake, and it's just like one bite and just it coats your mouth. But then you kind of get that little kind of almost like waxy, fatty, kind of like, cheesy flavor just kind of coating your mouth. This is like, you just want to lick all over your mouth, all over like multiple times. Just roll your tongue in your mouth, the roof of your mouth and around your teeth, and just want to just kind of like taste that chocolate over and over and over again. That's that type of rich, decadent flavor that you're going to experience with that.
Yeah, and did you guys each get your own cup, or did you guys share the cup?
Oh no, that's for us. That one cup is enough. I mean, I'm not a dessert guy. Honestly, I'm not. I don't do dessert so much.
Same.
My wife is more of the dessert person. But I like to try a bite of things here and there. And
absolutely,
I like to experience different flavors. And But honestly, I'm just not really a sweets type person. The only thing that I like that is an exception to the rule at Disneyland Park is my peanut brittle infatuation, which that's when we you talked about the first time that you had had me, or you had heard me describe a food experience as about peanut brittle, and that is that was a magical experience. And,
for sure.
anyways, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, now and you went to the Food and Wine Festival, but before we get there, I want to kind of work systematically because I had some questions before we get to the Food and Wine Festival. We're going to look at that.
Sure.
I want to know your thoughts on a couple things. First off, French Market retheming overhaul. What are your thoughts?
I love it.
Okay.
I think it's awesome. I hope that they really elevate the menu, because honestly, Universal Studios, guess what? They are on their game, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Super Mario World, dude. I seen their restaurant, and that's just like that makes Disney look pathetic. You know what I mean?
Seriously?
As far as their restaurant. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen any of the look at Universal Studios?
Okay.
The restaurant that they have. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but regardless, the theming of it, the dishes, everything about that restaurant makes Disney look pathetic in terms of like their recent like offerings as far as new restaurants are concerned. It just makes like them look like the I don't know. I mean I'm trying to think. It's like the I'm just trying. I have no real comparisons really. It's just
Okay.
like it's just the old school versus the new school, and the new school is kicking butt.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think we've been saying it for a little while. Like with Universal stepping up, Disney has to, they haven't really had the competition, and now they are. And for me, I'm like, good. I'm kind of glad it's coming,
Yeah.
because that forces Disney to up their game. Because
Yeah, no doubts about it.
Yeah. I didn't know about that though. I because I'm not a Universal guy, so I don't really pay attention.
But now I want to go try it out for sure.
Well, there's a couple of people that I would recommend looking on YouTube. There's Ordinary Adventures and Magical Journeys.
Yep. Okay.
So
Yep.
they have YouTube channels. They've been to the Mario World restaurants. I would put more weight into the Magical Journeys people as far as like their food analysis and so forth. But regardless, both of them, they go through the restaurant. They were actually invited to the press events. And then they tried the various menu items there. And man, I tell you, dude, I mean, it just, when you see that type of stuff, you're just like, your jaw drops and just like, Disney, why are you not doing this?
Yeah,
seriously,
sure.
It's just like, anyhow, but I mean, Universal, like I said, I mean, ever since Wizarding World, man, I mean, they've been kind of like taking the front seat in terms of like theme parks is concerned, regarding like the interactivity, in terms of the dining experience, the customer experience, etc. I mean, look at Butterbeer versus the Blue Milk. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
true.
I mean, seriously, it's not even close, So.
Okay. So you're on board with the French market. Of course, we have not seen any sort of menu items for what this is going to be, right? Or have you?
I have not. No.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to it, and what I'm hoping is that they'll be a little more thoughtful about their offerings. Like the French market was kind of like, I mean, once in a while they were a little bit daring. I mean, they had certain menu items, but the execution was really poorly done.
Sure.
It's quick service, and there's just like some, minimum wage cast member just like slapping, putting a sandwich on your tray and just like, okay, move on, that kind of thing. And
sure.
It's just like, I want something that's a little more interactive, or a little more like guest involved, or like more thematic, the restaurant itself. I mean, again, going back to the Mario World or whatever, the Super Mario Brothers World, you look at all the screens and like the tables and so forth, and and even the servers, I mean, they're so attentive, they're so, just engaging, and just like, and like the food is thoughtful. It's like, they've got little, like things that are shaped in, like the mushrooms or whatever. Like if you ever played Super Mario Brothers, I mean, you know what the mushrooms are all about.
Yep.
They got all kinds of things. But anyways, regardless, I mean, it's next time you come down to Southern California, you guys need to seriously like take a day to go to Universal Studios and check out that new park, because it's pretty amazing. I personally haven't been there yet. In fact, my wife and I are going to be going there in about, I'd say, about a month or less.
Okay.
And so, I'll give you a little feedback on that. And I know that this is a Disneyland podcast, but regardless, I'll give you a little, kind of contrast, compare and contrast, to what Disneyland is.
Absolutely, definitely welcome that, Jay. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the French Market retheming as well. Now the other question I have is kind of a two-part. It's regarding the restaurants in downtown Disney with Catal going to the middle, and the Uva Bar, I think it's Centrico or something that's going to be taken where the Uva Bar is. And what's the status of Tortilla Joe's, and also what's going on with Steakhouse 55? Because I'm seeing pictures of the work being done over there.
Man, Steakhouse 55 is a mystery to me. My wife and I actually were talking about that last time we were there, and we were just like, what are they doing here? I mean, just are they going to cheap out again? I mean, are they going to do something, whatever? I mean, I don't know. Are they going to do it, convert the, like that into like a kid's play area? Or are they going to extend Goofy's Kitchen? I mean, what we don't know what's going on. But that's the kind of like we're a little bit in the dark with that as far as that's concerned. In terms of downtown Disney, man, that we actually went to Tortilla Joe's. I'm trying to think, in December.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because we knew it was like the end of the run. We were like, we're gonna go there one last time. The problem is with Tortilla Joe's is that they know they're shutting down, so they're not kind of like putting as much effort into their service, and they don't do like the guacamole in front of your table. Like they used to have these little carts that they brought out the avocados and the cilantro and onions and so forth, and they put everything together in the bowl and mixed it up and did fresh made guacamole, right? And they charge like $15 or whatever, which is it's expensive, but you understand. I mean, they're having a person actually make the guacamole right in front of you, so it's like entertainment, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's the dinner theater. But now they charge you the same price for guacamole and nothing. I mean, it's just like they just bring you out a bowl of guacamole. $15 for guacamole? Really? Seriously? I mean, that's not happening. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, basically Catal is turning into a Mexican themed restaurant. So that means the demise of Tortilla Joe's. I don't know what the new place is going to be called. I think I read somewhere it might be called something, but I didn't really pay attention too much. But two restaurants that you need to look forward to is a dim sum place called, oh my gosh, I'll have to think about it. But then the other one is called oh my gosh, why am I brain farting here? It's Porto's. Porto's is a place.
Porto's.
Have you guys ever been to a Porto's?
No.
Okay. So this is like, I mean, no matter where they've opened their their restaurants, it's just been packed out the door. They have, it's like kind of like a Middle Eastern type bakery place, a Central American type bakery place, and they have like guava pastries. They have these things. They call it potato ball, basically like mashed potatoes, and inside is like a ground beef with like just a bit of spice, and then it's deep fried. And then they have these chicken tender things that it's not really chicken per se. I mean, it's not like chicken meat. It's like a chicken soup kind of pastry thing. It's hard to describe, but when you bite into it, you're just like amazing. I mean, it's just like elevated level, and yeah, the guava and cheese pastry is just like next level. Anyway, so that's something, and then the dim sum place, I've got to look that up. It's
I remember talking about that Porto's because when we were talking about how they're bringing things in, and we brought that up, and we were both like, we've never heard of it, because a lot of people have, and how they're incredibly popular, and I'm like, I've never heard of it or never been there.
Yeah, when Josh J. Morrow had mentioned that at D23,
yeah, we're like,
he said, this is going to be, we're bringing in a Southern California classic. I go, are they bringing in In-N-Out or something?
Yeah.
Downtown Disney? But no, it's Porto's. I go, what the heck's Porto's?
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah.
It's that place is going to be super busy.
Okay.
My hope is that they keep the same level of quality, because like they have the brewery place, Stone Brewing, there in downtown Disney, and it's no, excuse me, not Ballast Point.
Ballast
Yeah,
Point, yeah.
yeah.
Excuse me, not Stone. Yeah, Ballast Point Brewery. The one in San Diego, it's awesome. The restaurant there, everything is magnificent. All the food, etc. I went to the one there in downtown Disney, and I was just like, man, this is not good. I mean, it just things were too salty. It wasn't executed right, etc.
Okay.
And so I'm just hoping that again, Porto's kind of keeps the same level of quality, but knowing them because it's a family-owned business, I would say that they will do that. And then as far as the other place, the dim sum place is called Din Tai Fung.
Din Tai Fung.
And,
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it before?
No, I mean,
Okay,
they
so-
mentioned it on D23, but it went over my
Right.
head. I don't know what that is.
So Din Tai Fung is an extremely popular Chinese place. It's from China, but what sets them apart from like your Panda Express or like just mom and pop Chinese restaurant, or whatever, is the fact that they have elevated cuisine. And one of their sort of claims to fame is their soup dumplings.
Okay.
So what it is they take the like a handmade wonton wrapper, they put in the meat, and then they put in the sauce, and then they twist it, and they are very attentive to detail. Like you only twist the top like X amount of times, right? 12 times or whatever.
Sure.
And then they got it, and they have a person that like an expert that watches over everybody who makes these dumplings, and then they cook them to a certain temperature, and then when you put it into your mouth, it's like a soup explosion in like as you bite into it.
Okay.
And in fact, you gotta like really eat it with a spoon because there's so much soup in that dumpling that it blows your mind, because it's like, how can this wonton hold this much soup? It's amazing. And then they have like a soy vinegar sauce that goes along with it, complimentary. And then they have like bok choy and garlic. I mean, my mouth is watering just talking about it.
I'm hungry.
It's like next level Chinese cuisine. I'll just put it
Okay.
that way.
Wow.
Well, I look forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Be sure that you do give us a review on that when it shows up, Jay.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so currently going on at DCA right now is, as we speak, it's the Food and Wine Festival. It's in full swing. Jay did go down there on March 10th, and here we are. What is it, March 19th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's only 9 days ago.
Yep.
All right, so Jay, what are your thoughts on this? I've gone to these before, and I absolutely love them, but I know every year they change a few things up. Maybe they change more than a few things up. So what was speaking to you the most here? What did you think?
So overall, I'd say it's getting back to the way it was. So after the pandemic, the first few years, they were a little bit reserved in terms of the number of booths that they had and the number of food offerings that they had.
Yeah.
But now they're getting back to like the point where they're offering a wide variety of items, and they're introducing new things, and then they're bringing back the things that are extremely popular from years past. And so I appreciate that, because just like this is the time where the culinary team at Disneyland Resort can be experimental. They can be daring. They can like kind of exercise their creativity. You know what I mean? And what I love about food is the only form of art in which you utilize all five senses, right? So
Sure.
You taste, you hear, you feel,
Yeah.
you see it. It just,
Yeah.
You hear it when you crunch, it's so, it just, that's the thing that makes me happy about these type of events, is because it gives me an opportunity to, see how creative the team can be in terms of like what they're giving the Disneyland Resort guests.
Yeah.
So, and I'll just kind of go over just briefly some of the. I mean, do you want? I don't know if you want me to go over every single one, or you just want to give you a few highlights.
I'm looking over them, and
Well, you want to talk about some of the things that you took in the photo album?
Yeah. So basically, so here we go.
Yeah,
So
let's just run through
my
them.
top item, honestly, for me, and you know, like was I had I had low expectations, but it exceeded my expectations. Was the smoked honey habanero chicken wings?
Oh, I see
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why I was skeptical is because Disney has not done a good job on some of the wings in the past. They tend to be overcooked or, you know, dry and so forth. This one actually was perfectly cooked, crispy skin. The honey habanero was spicy, but it wasn't like overly so. My wife is not a fan of spicy food. She doesn't, you know, she can tolerate a bit. In this situation, she was able to tolerate, and she actually liked it. She finished an entire wing herself, and she had no problems with it. Me, I'm a chili head, so you know I wanted more heat. But you know, it's just like salt in a soup. You know what I mean? Like you can always add salt, but you can't take salt away. So
Yeah.
you know, in this situation, it's like if you want more heat, then just bring your own hot sauce, which I probably will next time. Anyhow, but I mean, in terms of the flavor, the level of doneness, it wasn't dry; it was juicy. The skin was crispy. I like that it was a dry rub versus a wet sauce, so it didn't take away from that crunchy element, and so I really appreciated that a great deal. The other one that I really enjoyed, and this is actually kind of a one from the past, was the one. Let's see what's it called here.
We're looking at what is that thing there, Udi? What is that one? Click on that. What does it say?
Yeah, let me have you. I'll let
Yeah.
you guys look at it, and I'll give you a description. And
Which one is it? Well, here.
no. You said you were looking at.
Yeah,
one
it's
or Mark
the was it? Where's the description? The beef, and it's a poutine. I think is what it was.
It looks like it's.
That's
the one with the crunchy elements on top. Or
Yeah,
the one with the
yeah.
red
That one.
peppers?
Yeah.
So that was it was okay.
Okay.
So yeah, the beef and barley poutine.
There you go.
So they say it's potato bites with braised beef short rib. Okay, the braised beef short rib was true enough. The potato bites, it was frozen tater tots. Okay?
Oh no.
No way.
That was like really disappointing. Cheese curds, I was like, where's the cheese curds?
Yeah, I don't
You know,
I don't see any in the picture.
No.
Yeah, well, there was a couple buried within the pile of beef. I mean, I'm not complaining about more meat, but at the same time, it's just like, come on, tell me cheese curds, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cheese curds. Slap me in the face with them. I want to be hit with them. But yeah, they were. I don't know if it's because of the way they scooped it out from the from their service or whatever, but
Yeah.
it just that was a bit disappointing. And in terms of like the little micro sponge. They say it says lager micro sponge, but really, I tasted it and I was like, okay, I didn't even know what to make of it. I mean, it didn't taste like lager. It was like I was expecting it to be crunchy, but as soon as it hit your tongue, it just kind of melted right away.
Huh.
So it didn't really. It looks nice, but really didn't add much to the dish.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So sorry for the
No worries.
Well, it wasn't a bad review, but it's just something I would say if you're hungry and you wanted to fill your tummy with some goodness, and that would be definitely filling. In terms of like if you're looking for a flavor experience, it's not something I would go for.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Udi's salivating over this one. It's it looks like it's from Garlic Kiss, the grilled top sirloin with roasted garlic. I don't know.
Yes, with the chimichurri sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, with the red peppers on top.
Yeah.
Yes, this is very flavorful. The
good.
chimichurri sauce is like it's one of the better chimichurri sauces I've had. And the meat was slightly overcooked, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of have to go in with that expectation because we're talking about again minimum wage cast members just putting food into a cardboard tray, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And so anyhow, so that's the thing is I manage expectations, but this was definitely good. I'd say on a scale of 10, maybe 7.5, maybe 8. I'd
Okay.
say if the meat was a little, if it wasn't so dry, I'd say I'd give this definitely 8. Because of
Right.
the meat, I'd say that's the reason why it kind of lost a half a point. But as far as the flavor profile is concerned, the red peppers really, they were just slightly spicy,
Yeah.
but it wasn't so overpowering. Like I said, the mango habanero was probably spicier than that. And then you work all the elements together in one bite, and it's a great flavor combination. I definitely recommend that if you had to utilize space in your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one we have right now is from LA Style. It's the glazed barbecue pork belly with
Yes, this is one that's another classic. So the thing about this dish, so first off, the mac salad is very reminiscent of Hawaii. So if you've ever been to Hawaii, this is like you'll be like, oh, I know this mac salad. And, you know what I mean? It just
Okay.
tastes exactly like if you were to get it from a lunch plate in Hawaii. Um, Now, as far as the pork belly, so in the past they had actually done a better job of like caramelizing the top of the meat. This time around, not so much. It was cooked all the way through, but it kind of felt like almost, I don't know. It was, it didn't have that textural contrast as if you had like a caramelized top, right?
Mhm.
So, and then also the smoky element of having it charred on top as well. But the meat is, tender. The flavor of the sauce, the barbecue sauce on the meat itself is good. I mean, I just, again, I think that without charring it, it kind of diminished the taste a bit. But overall, this is something I would recommend. And I think it just, they had an off day at the LA Styles booth.
Could be,
Um,
right?
yeah. But the other one from LA Style is the Impossible Euro inspired naan.
Yeah, I'm looking at that
This
one right
one
now.
again
Yeah.
is a classic, and I'm not opposed to vegan dishes, vegetarian dishes, so forth.
No.
I'll eat it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I'm not picky when it comes to food. Is if it's good food, it's good food. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what style it is. This one is definitely, I would say, highly recommended if you go there. Um, the chickpeas are spicy, and it's offset by the cool cucumber like tzatziki sauce,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the hummus. It just works well with the pita bread. The pita is cooked well. The Impossible ground beef is seasoned just like a gyro. Like if you were to go to a Greek place or whatever, this thing is, I'd say, one of the most perfect dishes that Disney has in terms of the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival is concerned, because it's balanced well with you got your bread, your fruit, your vegetable, you got the chickpeas, you got the spicy, you got the savory, you got the hummus element. This just like to me, this is like this is the top star of the show.
Okay.
The mango habanero is my favorite meat dish, and I would say that was my favorite in terms of like if I was just saying like I just wanted a snack or whatever. But if I was to have a plate of food, I'd say the gyro is like I could eat that as a meal.
Oh, awesome. Now, Jay, would you recommend someone who has not gone to a food and wine festival if they get that sip and savor pass thing?
I would say yes, but you have to plan judiciously.
Okay.
So essentially, the price point that you have to take into consideration is $6.50. So anything that is $6.50 or more, then you can use Sip and Savor Pass. If it's below that amount, then I would say just pay cash. So most of the dishes that we chose were around the $8 to $9 range, and so the Sip and Savor Pass was definitely worthwhile for us. But if you're somebody who wants just a light eater, or you just want something small, then just make sure that the $6.50 mark is and then also you have to consider that you're getting 8 tabs, right? So
Sure.
are you going to eat 8 dishes, or are you going to, you can use it for non-alcoholic drinks as well, but most of the non-alcoholic drinks don't break the 650 point, so it's not worth it as far as that's concerned. So if you're going to do 8 dishes, I would say definitely get that sip and savor pass. And again, going back to the pro tip from earlier, just get a Ziploc container and just just you can get the 8 tabs. And if you're not able to finish everything, like my wife and I weren't able to, then you just put the food in those containers and then you take it home and reheat it, and you're good to go.
There you go.
Just the only thing that you might want to be cognizant of is that if you go early in the day and you're planning to be in the parks all during the entire time until the evening, just don't get anything that has dairy in it, because it'll spoil.
Oh yeah, that is a good point. Okay.
So like the mac salad that I pointed out earlier with the pork belly, definitely that's something you don't want to like keep in the locker all day, unless it's a cold day. I mean, who knows? I mean, lately in Southern California has been like cold and rainy. So.
Oh yeah. So Udi's been looking at the couple items you got from Nuts About Cheese, and these things look great as well.
Okay.
It is the crackers and cheese with house-made.
Yeah, house-made herb cracker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. White cheddar fromage. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one was excellent. I rolled the dice on them.
Yeah.
Because the problem is that, with crackers, if they sit around and they're adjacent to wet ingredients, they tend to get soggy and just, lose the crispiness of the crackers, which defeats the point of having crackers and cheese. So this one was done extremely well. The crackers were very robust. The herbs in the crackers themselves were very pronounced, and it worked extremely well with the white cheddar fromage blanc, which is basically like a white cheddar cream cheese. And then the spicy salami spread and the cherry jam, that's like spicy and sweet and meaty, along with the creamy, along with the crispy, along with the herbaceousness.
Yeah.
So one bite and you're like, oh yeah, this is it. This is good. Yeah, so definitely for sure, I would recommend that without a doubt.
Okay.
And then the other one is, of course, this one actually is the most popular, is the Mickey Mouse shaped macaroon with the Snickers.
Yeah.
So I think for most people, including kids, this is going to be like their favorite thing of the entire experience.
Sure.
Of the Food and Wine Festival. It basically is like a Snickers bar, but light and creamy, and it's not overly sweet, which I really appreciated, because a Snickers bar, it's like, when you bite into it, I mean, yeah, sure, you get the peanuts and so forth, but you get that nougat and you get the caramel, right? So that kind of just punches up the sweetness level. This one, because it's a mousse, it's lighter in flavor. It's a lighter texture. It doesn't hit your palate quite as hard. And then you still got the nut element, which basically introduces that sweet, the savory, salty element. And so this definitely, for people who like that balance of sweet and salty, this is like the dish for them, for sure.
It looks good.
And I would recommend it. I mean, I didn't hate it, again, but I'm not a sweets guy. So, would I get it again? Yes, I would. So I'll just put it that way.
You would think that they would have some of these dishes like year round, as opposed to some of the special, for instead of like a limited time, right? But, or do they?
Well, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just they may bring it back like during the holiday season, the festival holidays, food, and it's not food and wine, it's just holiday. What's it called?
Oh,
food festival.
The Feliz Navidades thing.
No, yeah, well, I mean, they have Feliz Navidad that's concurrent with it, but it's the Festival of Holidays
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
celebration.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so
Okay.
basically, it's like a food and wine festival, but a winter version. And so some of the dishes that they have are similar in nature, but they try to be more thematic in terms of like a wintry food versus this is supposed to represent more springy type food.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I would say that you know, I I like the Food and Wine Festival more. I think it's just I don't know if it's maybe the time of year, but I think that the dishes aren't quite as heavy as the Festival of Holidays. But that's not to say the Festival of Holidays is bad. It's just, I'm just saying if you want me to compare the two, then I'd say the Food and Wine Festival is more worth the time and effort to go to if you had only pick one of the two
Oh sure,
to attend.
sure.
Yeah.
So how many drinks? There's a couple of pictures of drinks in here, and how many of those? How much of that do you do too? I mean, with different drinks, because the two you have in here look very good. Each of them have their own little.
Yeah, one's non. Yeah, my wife doesn't really drink alcohol, so she did the non-alcoholic
That looks
dish.
amazing. The blackberry lavender lemonade.
Right, right. It was very good. She got another one, and I forgot to take a picture of it, but it had a little apple crisp on the top of it.
Hmm.
They're okay. I mean, honestly, for the price, this was like 650. I don't know. It's okay. You know, and I got also the smoked cherry mezcal.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one right now.
Like mezcal iki,
Yeah.
I guess cocktail, and that was very tasty. But at I think what was it, $16?
Yep.
That's
yeah,
kind of
$16. It's
kind of
like
steep.
okay, one is good. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
steep.
So it just the prices of the drinks are a bit exorbitant in my opinion, and
Yeah.
you know I don't know. It just I don't know like how devious you guys are or how devious your listeners are, but if you really want to get down and dirty, all you got to do is take like a Dasani bottle,
Yep.
dump out the water or drink the water, throw some vodka in there, and just seal it back up and just put it in your bag and then
There you go.
mix Coke with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jay, don't talk like
It's so much cheaper.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
So,
So the Sip and Savor Pass would have worked on the first drink, but not the alcoholic one, right?
right, but at $6.50, honestly, it's not worth the utilizing a tab.
Oh.
It's just better to just pay cash, and that's what we did.
Gotcha.
So,
Cool. Cool. Cool.
anyways. So
Awesome.
yeah, basically overall, man, I really had a good time.
Okay.
We always enjoy these food festivals and so forth, and we, um, for people who like to just kind of like do something a little different in their lives and want to enjoy it in a theme park, this is definitely 100% recommended. And if you have any listeners that want recommendations and so forth, I'll be happy to answer any questions that they have or post any kind of thoughts in terms of like dietary restrictions or
Oh,
in
that'd be
terms
great.
of like yeah, because I mean, the one thing that Disney has been doing is they've been stepping up their vegan and vegetarian
Mm-hmm.
game. And like I said, that Euro is just like, I mean, regardless of the fact that it's made with impossible meat,
It looks
was
amazing.
And, I mean, like, yeah, it doesn't even matter. It wasn't made with real meat. I didn't even care. It was so good. And I've had that, like I said, in the past, and I would recommend it to people, and I don't even think they would be able to tell the difference. So anyhow, but things like that, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to, answer questions. I mean, I just I enjoy food, and I want other people to enjoy food along with me because again, it's the art form that utilizes all five experiences.
Absolutely,
of
man.
your senses. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
All right. Well, I know we've kind of gone over the allotted time that you've given us today.
Yeah, I mean, we honestly could be talking multiple episodes. Just unfortunately, there's time constraints, and we were like many years in the making in terms of catching up. So
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, Jay.
yeah, we had to cover a lot of different topics, and hopefully, I didn't bore your audience too much. So
Oh, no way.
No way.
No way.
No way. I
No
mean,
way.
I think people are fascinated with your take and and what you bring to this whole side of Disneyland and DCA, because a lot of people don't even think about this stuff, and I think they will start thinking about it now that you're talking about it. So that's great.
I have one last comment, and this is in regards to your previous episode.
Oh yeah.
You guys talked to Seth about the cruise.
Oh
so
yes,
my wife and I went on a Disney cruise, and I have one tip for people to make sure that they really take into consideration. If you are going on a cruise, Disney or otherwise, make sure you double check and triple check that you bring underwear. Because my wife, she forgot to take underwear for me on the cruise, and Disney, their little gift shop or little, the little place that they sell goods and so forth, they had boxers, and the size, they said it was large, but no. So basically I had to squeeze into them, and after a few hours I said, you know what, I'm going commando.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just
Nice job, Jay.
just make sure you bring extra underwear and double and triple check that you got it, because Disney can only provide so much on your trip, and underwear is not one of those things that they carry extra of and your size. So.
Another pro tip from Jay is bring extra underwear.
There you go.
If you learned one thing from this interview,
Yeah.
it's that.
That's right.
You sound like you're my
Yeah,
mom.
Mr. Winky was feeling the ocean breeze a little bit too much.
Yeah, no good. No good.
Awesome. So,
All right, guys.
Okay, Jay. So seriously, man, the next time we go down the parks, I will reach out to you, and well, hopefully we talk before then. But I'll just say, hey, we're gonna be down there these days. If you're down there meeting up for a drink, or going to dinner, or maybe trying a couple different places to eat, I would absolutely love that, dude.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
Jay.
guys.
All right, thank you
Take
so
care.
much, brother.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, cool.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Woo! All right. Well, that was a treat for me. I know Udi was stoked about it too. When I had mentioned last week that Jay could be coming on, and in fact, a couple weeks ago, he's like, "Oh, all right, awesome," and it was great to have him on. It's been a long time, and I was just thinking about him the other day, wondering what he was doing, and I'm very glad he's still involved with Disney stuff, because it's important for me to have that guy, because he's just a wealth of knowledge with that, and anytime he's on here, I just feel honored that he spends time with us. But it sounds like he might want to be coming on again for some more stuff. Listeners, again, if you have any questions about any food items in the park, hey, should we go to this restaurant? Is this restaurant bad? Is this good? What should we order? Hey, is this event worth it? Yeah, he will give you the information that you need. And again, we hope to have him on again, talk about some future trips and some future food offerings. Yeah, so that's going to wrap up episode number 170. I can't believe it's been 170 times we've done this.
Yeah, you said 7 years, and I went, wow.
I know.
I remember when we hit 100, I was like, no way, we're here.
No way. Not to go off on tangent or anything, but a lot's happened in 7 years, dude.
Yeah.
And our lives have changed a lot in 7 years.
Dramatic.
Dramatic for sure. Anyways, I guess we can reminisce 30 episodes ahead of the time when we do episode number 200.
Yeah. Oh, man.
If we're still at it, right?
No, right? Yeah.
No,
only 30 left.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm joking. I have not thought about quitting the show unless Udi has.
No.
Okay, good. If it was, that would be news to me.
Yeah, he would have been like, what? Sorry. Yeah.
No, I have something to tell you. No. And again, Jess was working tonight. She just got off a little bit ago. And like I said, she wasn't feeling well. But she will be on the show again.
She sends her regards.
Yeah, she sends her regards. And I know it sounds like it's a broken record.
It's life.
It is life. You know what? I'm glad you said that. It is life. Because sometimes it isn't easy to getting these shows out there.
No.
I mean, especially now, we have to coordinate. I mean, Udi used to have most weeknights free. That isn't the case.
Nope, no more.
No more. So we have to kind of go around his schedule, which is great. It's fine. We will still do it. But, it's life. It just happens. And, I understand why some other podcasts haven't been doing stuff because things just happen. And for us, I kind of make it we make it a priority to make sure we can get stuff done, right?
Yeah, and to that note, it adds and it doesn't take away, or how can I put it? The fact that you guys listen and you guys there's been people with us that have been here from the word go.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys know how much, we say it often, but I just feel like there are moments in time where we just got to stop for a second, take a deep breath and go, we really mean that. We really appreciate it. Everything you guys have done to support and interact with us and the friends we've made have really changed our lives. And so,
Yep.
I had stuff happen this week that reminded me that life can be unpredictable and short, and you don't know what's going to happen. So I just want to take the time to, be thankful and grateful for all of you who, bless us with the one thing that is ultimately valuable, which is your time. My time is incredibly valuable to me. I get paid well for my time. And so when you guys invest that into us, it is greatly appreciated and never, ever taken for granted. So thank you guys. And, big reason, really the only reason why we keep on going is for you guys.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And again,
for guys like Jay and for meeting people like him.
Oh, dude. Jay he's been, everyone we've met has been incredible on the show. And
amazing people.
I consider them all family members. And I'm sincere. I sincerely mean it that I want to go get drinks and dinner with Jay. Yeah. He's going to lecture me a lot about what I order.
Well, maybe not lecture, but inform.
Oh yes, yeah. Jay will inform, and I will learn a lot from him.
Yep.
But
like we already have.
Yeah, and and again, I'm just as Udi said, I'm glad you guys keep listening, and I hope we provide some sort of entertainment for you, some hour and a half of laughing or escapism or whatever to get you out of your normal day and into the parks and.
Well, and then the other darker side of just getting out any frustrations you may have. We're all here. If you're feeling like, hey, I don't know what's going on, and then we're kind of talking like, hey, man, we're all kind of in the same arena. Like we love our park. We love what it means to us, and we always want to make sure that we're looking forward to it. You know what I mean? And there's always good things to be held on to, no matter what.
For sure.
No matter what.
For sure.
Yep.
And again, if there's something you want to talk about, hey, message us at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com or slide into our DMs on Instagram. I had to say that. But we are, honestly, we're one of those podcasts. We are very open. We love talking to people.
Yep.
If you're a fan of Disneyland, we want to talk to you. If you have something you want, if you don't agree with us about something like what you said was wrong about this, come on, let's talk about it.
We'll go.
Yeah, there's no wrong or right. I mean, It's just like maybe I might learn something. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, thanks for that. So again, as I said before, message us at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. Check us out on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. Facebook is Leaving Today Podcast. And we have a Twitter, but I don't use it. So that's how you can get a hold of us. Udi, how can people find you?
You can find me on my other podcast, The Mando Show. We are a podcast that reviews and talks Star Wars and The Mandalorian. And we're happen to be Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, which you have not seen yet.
No, I should go see it immediately.
Yeah, well, I know you have a ritual with your daughter.
I do, yeah.
So,
unless she's seen it. I'm going to text her after this. If she's seen it without me, it's on then.
Okay, good. But yeah, you can find me there, and you can find me on my socials, which are HAXGOALIE, Hacks Goalie, and those are Instagram and Twitter.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for taking time with us. I hope you guys enjoyed Jay as much as we did. So episode 171 is coming up. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure it'll be good. All right. Remember, adventurers out there, we love you, and we'll see you in the parks.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland has now ended its normal operating day. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that the memories you've made will bring you back again soon.
So here, I'm
need
going
to
to tell
figure-
Mark. I'm going to tell Mark the plan here.
Oh, there's a plan.
Yeah.
Wait, which plan?
The one, because you're going to be on live.
My body's just stiff. Think of a banana.
Does it help? Okay.
Always does. Every time. Don't ask me why. Why are you throwing up? You trying to eat all your food before your sister does? Now you can eat that.
Gouda.
Well, hello.
Gouda. Come get your Gouda. We'll give it a bit.
Yeah, give it a second.
Okay. Woo! Good?
Thank you.
You're welcome. No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
But you make me hot. It's so close I can feel it.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face